Pro Gun live stream. Today is Wednesday, July 29th, 2026. As usual, we'll give it a few minutes for people to join and we'll get started. There we go. Hey, good evening, AG. Thanks for joining. And Rosie 5 Blue, hello. Thank you for joining. I'll give it another minute or so. We have some people joining now. Bear with me. I'm having some technical difficulties. I may have to reboot my machine. Hope everyone's having a good evening tonight. Hey, Duke. YouTube seems to be really, really slow. Finally letting me connect. And I got some good news for you, Duke. All right, we're back online now. All right, Duke. I told you I was thinking about that Ruger 250th anniversary edition. Well, Monday I was on Smoky Mountain Guns and Ammo's website, and I got the one with the fully engraved stock. It was on sale for $570, I think. And I ordered it Monday. They called me yesterday. It's ready to pick up at the store. So unfortunately, I won't be able to get it until Saturday. But I did purchase that Ruger 1022, the one with the fully engraved stock. What's cool is that they engraved one side of the stock. So the other stock is normal. and the other side is awesome. I paid $570 for that. Looks like we have liberals starting already there, Duke. I will make this one go away. I was looking at them all. To be honest with you, Duke, I agree. If you're going to get the 250th anniversary, you got to get the one with the engraving. I mean, the engraving is really cool. It's got an American Eagle. It's got Mount Rushmore. It's got so much stuff engraved into it. They really did a beautiful job. I know it's only a 22, but it's cheap to shoot. I also ordered from Bass Pro 3 of the extra magazines. So I will pick them up Saturday on my way to picking up the gun. I know a lot of people that have the Ruger 1022. My only complaint about it is that I'm not really a fan of the rotary magazines. I get why they did. I get why they did it. It sits flush. Yeah, you know what, Duke? It'll probably wind up sitting in my gun safe, but I don't know. I mean, um, I don't want to get it all scratched up, but I mean, maybe when I have a range day with rifles and I take my Henry and my AR, I'll bring that with me. Um, but yeah, it's not going to be something that I'm going to be shooting a lot. Yeah, didn't take long there, Duke. We do get the idiots. But anyway, I'm not really a fan of those rotary magazines, but I get they did it to make it fit flush. um, but Bass Pro had a pretty decent sale for a 3-pack. Thanks, Duke. Appreciate that. Bass Pro had a sale. They had a 3-pack of the 10-round rotary magazines for um, just, I think it was $39.99. Killer, I don't sell firearms, so to answer your question, I'm not a firearms reseller. I buy guns; they're all my own personal guns, but I don't sell firearms. Um, I don't have any I'm willing to part with, to be honest with you. Another thing, Duke, I saw they actually make a 25 round magazine for that Ruger 1022. Yeah, that that is true. That is true, Duke. I do buy a lot of them. That's why I had to get another gun safe. But yeah, you could say that there, Killer. It's an expensive hobby. Um it's almost like people that have ink, right? I mean, people ask me how many tattoos do you have? I don't know, a lot. Well, firearms gets to be the same thing. Um, I don't know anybody that's got tattoos that only has one, and I don't know anybody that only has one gun. So, but yes, Killer, it is a very, very expensive hobby. Um, Not only are the guns expensive, ammo's expensive, good leather holsters are expensive. Um, but you know what? You only live once, right? You could be doing worse things. You could be buying dope. So, so Saturday, when we did the stream, I started changing the format a little bit so that more people are um, active because a lot of people on and very few people ask questions. So I will put comments in and let you guys answer them. Yeah, Ref. I think we all do that. I carry every day as well, even at work, and I dry fire practice about 5 days a week. Um, I'm also an NRA instructor, so I keep my skills sharp by teaching classes as well. Um, but everybody should be dry fire training. And if you're not dry fire training, you really should be. So, well, I'll give you my take on Kydex, Killer. Um, People that carry inside the waistband that criticize those of us that open carry, they all keep talking about the element of surprise, right? Well, when you're carrying a Kydex holster and you could hear that plastic click in the next county, there's no more element of surprise. But anyway, so to keep people involved, I will ask some questions and you all get to answer them instead of hearing me babble the whole time. I do see we have some new people here. Um, we do this live stream every Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock Eastern and every Saturday at 12 noon. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. I have almost 1,000 videos out there that you can watch. So I'd like to know how many of you people dry fire practice and what do you use? I see what they're doing in Illinois now. The mayor of Illinois is now putting restrictions on firearms that police departments could buy. Yeah, the laser bullets are fine. Um, the thing that I like the most, that's a must-have, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so and watch my videos. Um, I love using the dry fire mag because in the real world, you're not going to rack the slide every time you fire your gun. And if you have to keep racking the slide, not only does it start getting old, it's not conducive to real training, and you can't practice follow-up shots. Well, with the dry fire mag, you put the magazine in and it resets your trigger. And you could just keep pulling the trigger all day long and you don't have to rack the slide. That's how it works in the real world. And they have two versions available. They have the standard version um, that you pull the trigger and it just resets. Um, and they have a smart version with the laser. And the nice thing about it is, besides the fact that you get visual feedback. The one with the laser does work with Mantis Laser Academy and Mantis X. But yeah, I get you there, Duke. Unfortunately, uh, there's always something coming up. But honestly, though, Duke, if it were me, um, I would get the dry fire mag first, because if you get the dry fire mag first, um, you can practice and you can get the Mantis Laser Academy anytime you want, but at least you don't have to keep racking the slide. Um, it's just really cool that you can pull that trigger a million times, and you're using your own trigger, by the way. Doesn't alter your gun, just allows you on a striker fired gun to use your own trigger. And that's pretty cool. Um, you know, try doing 2, 3, 4, 5 shots in a row, racking the slide. It's impossible. Yeah, AG. I mean, I have a few. Matter of fact, like these, and I have a few laser targets. And what I do is I spread them out in the room, and I shoot them in all different directions. However, I use the dry fire smart mag that's got the laser cartridge. So that gives me the best of both worlds. I fire the laser cartridge, and the reset is done automatically. And yes, AG, yes, the Taurus G3 does have a restrike capability, which is awesome for dry fire training. Most striker fired, matter of fact, I haven't seen that on any other striker fired gun. I'm surprised that they don't all do that, because that rack and the slide every time takes you out of your rhythm. It's just not how you would train in the real world. And when you dry fire train, um, it should be realistic, and racking the slide is not. Now, unfortunately, I wish they made them for the 1911. I love that Delta Elite 10 millimeter, and I would love to be able to shoot my dry fire my 1911 without having to rack the slide, but that is a lot to ask for, especially on a steel frame gun. All right, my next question to you guys. How many of you guys carry every day, and what do you carry? I carry every day. I went back to the 1911, and my everyday carry now is my Colt Delta Elite 10 millimeter. I was going to carry a 40, but Duke won't let me. Hey, Mike. Hellcat Pro is awesome. I carry that at work a lot because it basically disappears, and nobody knows I have it. We basically have a policy like don't ask, don't tell, as long as you're not printing or advertising. All right, Duke, I'm up for that. Just whenever you're ready, shout it out. Being that you're in New Jersey, Duke, um, I keep in touch with a lot of my friends that live in New Jersey, and um, they're all going ape shit over there, being that the Third Circuit ruled that the mag bans, that the assault weapon bans and mag restrictions are unconstitutional. Um, so, uh, they used to only be able to carry 10 rounds in New Jersey. They're all going ape shit. And now, when you go into a gun store in New Jersey, not only will you be able to buy standard issue mags, um, but there's also no restrictions on the ARs. When I bought mine way back when I lived in New Jersey, you were only allowed one of three evil things, and because I had a pistol grip, I couldn't have a flash hider or a collapsible stock. Yes, they have till the 31st of the month, Duke, but honestly, um, yeah, New Jersey is just communist. But honestly, I really don't think they're going to be able to appeal that because um, here's my take, right? Believe it or not, the magazine restrictions have been going on for 34 years in New Jersey, back and forth to the courts. If they appeal this and the Supreme Court hears this, Supreme Court is going to throw this out immediately and say, how many times are you going to appeal this thing? Um, and if the Supreme Court rules on it, um, the New Jersey liberals may wind up losing everything. They're still in the process right now in New Jersey of trying to iron out this sensitive places bullshit on where you can and can't carry. And that's another thing that's got to get ironed out in New Jersey. But you know what? A win is a win. Um, I know that the communist governor and the attorney general are probably doing as much as they can to try to determine what their next course of action will be. But um, I think right now, I think the governor in New Jersey is going to she has enough problems right now with the illegal voting. My understanding, Duke, is if you go to Gun Mag Warehouse, they posted the other day that they now ship to New Jersey. And I'm pretty sure if you go to grab a gun, you can now buy uh, a gun that accommodates 15 and 20 rounds. Um, I know the gun shops are getting them all in now. But I got to tell you, in New Jersey, um, what the liberals call high capacity magazines, um, even though they are standard issue, they're going to be impossible to get for the next few months. They got to have back orders coming out of their ears for uh, standard issue magazines. I know a good buddy of mine in New Jersey owns a gun range called Gun for Hire. Um, some of you may even have watched his podcasts, and Anthony Calandro um, was just doing his podcast last Sunday showing off all the AR-15s he's got in. So I know I've seen ads, Duke, for some of these online gun places saying that they now ship to New Jersey. Um, but, the governor of New Jersey, she's got enough problems right now. She originally said that 6,600 illegals wound up getting driver licenses and Some of them voted. Now they find that it could be as high as 33,000, and 75,000 illegals in New Jersey were called for jury duty. So the first thing that Mickey did was blamed it on the election software. Then the best one is she blamed it on her predecessor, Phil Murphy. So I'm hoping that they really look into this. And she should have been in jail, or she should be put in jail for treason. So now everybody's talking about having her removed and putting Jack Citarelli back in. Because I got to tell you, there's no way she beat him by 400,000 votes. She really should go to jail for treason. But from what I read, the New Jersey Constitution says that in order to have a recall or remove a governor from office, they need to be in office for at least a year. Do you know how much damage she can do in a year? I mean, look what she's doing now with the ICE detention center in Newark, urging people to protest ICE because that's where all her constituents are. So yeah, so now the mayor of Chicago is jumping on the bandwagon now, issuing standards on what firearms and accessories the police department could buy, excluding Glocks from the list. So the Supreme Court is definitely going to hear that. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in California with the Glock ban and in Connecticut as well. It just seems like, the Supreme Court has had enough of this nonsense with these individual states making up their own gun laws. And the Supreme Court understands that your Second Amendment rights don't evaporate just because you cross a state line. And that's why we have to fight for our rights all the time. Just like in Tennessee, our Governor Bill Lee, who did pass the bill making it a constitutional carry state a couple of years ago, his second term is up and he can't run anymore. So I was looking at the three possible candidates, and Marsha Blackburn, who insinuates she was endorsed by Trump, he never really did endorse her. So I've gone to her Facebook page and I've written her multiple times asking her what her stance is on the Second Amendment and never got an answer. So I responded back saying, I can't vote for anyone that doesn't support the Second Amendment. So the candidate that I like here in Tennessee is Monty Fritz, and that's definitely who I'll be going with. Another hot day here. We have a lot of people on this stream right now, and only one person answered what gun they carry. I mean, this stream is for you guys, and I'm trying to keep it interactive because I know a lot of people just sit back and watch, but whether they're afraid to ask questions or answer questions, whatever. So I thought if I asked questions, it would get the people that were afraid to do things on their own to respond. Yeah, Duke, I know what your answer is, brother. And Frankie is fine. Matter of fact, that's what all of my friends call me. So Yeah, I got to tell you, you know, when um, when we moved from New Germany to Tennessee, it was like moving to a whole different country. Um, it's amazing that 11-hour drive, and there's no firearms ID card. You can go in the store and purchase all the ammo you want. Not You don't even need a driver's license. Um, you know what, Duke? It makes a lot of sense. I mean, when when you think about it, CZ owns Colt now, right? Just like they own Dan Wesson. So I wouldn't be surprised if Colts and Dan Wesson have some CZ parts. Um, and I'm okay with that because uh, CZ is a great quality product. Um, when was my gun built? Every Colt I have was built since CZ bought them. I mean, the oldest Colt I have is my Python, and I bought that Christmas time. But anyway, um, I think since CZ bought Colt, the quality has been going back up. Um, the last 10 years that Colt was in business, um, you know, the quality really went downhill. I honestly, Duke, I don't trust anything built by tourists. But I got to tell you, I mean, if you look at the quality of my Delta Elite and my Colt government model, I can guarantee you there are no parts from tourists in there. Especially on the Delta Elite. I mean, it's a 1911. Um, I know that's a made up story, Duke. I know it's a made up story because the Delta Elite is a 1911. There's no way they're using any tourist parts in a 1911. Um, I, I'm uh, I'm probably I'm probably more okay with tourist parts than I am with a 40 caliber. I would have had a meltdown if it was true. That I really would. I would have probably taken my Colts to the gun store and traded them in. Yeah, I hate when that happens, Duke. Um, unfortunately, between automobiles and the house, um, there's always something. Every time you have enough money saved up in your secret coffee can in the garage, something comes up and uh, you gotta dip into that. That's just life. So you carry a Taurus every day, huh? Hey, Pezzo, welcome, brother. Yeah, you definitely need to be looking for that reloading press. Hey, Pezzo, while you're on, because you missed it before, I will repeat it for you because I thought you'd be interested in it. Monday, I went to Smoky Mountain Guns and Ammo's website and I bought the Ruger 1022 250th anniversary, the one with the engraved stock. And I got to tell you, that engraved stock is absolutely gorgeous. It's got, the president's looks like Mount Rushmore. It's got an eagle. It's got a 250th anniversary. I mean, they took the whole stock about this long and engraved the whole thing on one side, and the other side they left normal. Um, you know what, Duke? They, uh, my wife and I have been to an academy in Knoxville. Not really impressed, especially for their prices. And they're opening an academy here in Morristown, Tennessee, not to be confused with Morristown, New Jersey. Um, but they're opening one in Morristown, Tennessee. This Friday is the grand opening. And I may stop in over the weekend because they may be giving away uh, a bunch of crap over there. Um, but I like to just go in there and see what they're asking. I could tell you that their prices are nowhere near as good as Smoky Mountain Guns and Ammo. And Smoky Mountain Guns and Ammo is only, I don't know, 30 minutes from here. Thanks, Pezzo. It is a beautiful looking gun. Um, and when I get it, I will do a review and a video so you guys could see it. But um, the engraving is what did it for me. And also, by the way, on that Ruger 1022, besides the engraving, um, the barrel is stainless steel. So I just thought I'd share that with you, Pezzo, because I know you're interested in that stuff. Um, I'm not a huge fan of the rotary magazines, like mentioned that earlier. Um, but I get it that they did it to keep the mag flush. But they had uh, a 3-pack of them at Bass Pro for $39.99. So I picked that up. Yeah, that 250th anniversary is sweet there, Duke. Yeah, see, I'm lucky because I have Rural King and Tommy Gun are about 8 miles. And then if I want to drive, I don't know, 20 minutes to a half an hour, um, Smoky Mountain Guns and Ammo and Bud's Guns are basically in the same parking lot. So it's really nice that you can walk into one, get your price, go to the other one, and then if you have to, you go back to the other store and get it at the best deal. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, and I will do that, Pezzo. I'll take it to the range. I'll shoot it. Um, when I was on Smoky Mountain Guns and Ammo's website, and I was reading about the Ruger 1022, it's interesting that they said they did not recommend the Remington Thunderbolt ammo. And it's funny because um, I've had nothing but bad luck with that ammo. Um, hey, Ozzy, thanks for joining, brother. Yeah, I like CCI, but I got to tell you, um, the Remington bulk pack, where you get like 555 rounds, they had them on sale in Walmart in New Jersey before I moved here. I think I paid $14 a box. and I bought all 10 of them. So the Remington works well. I'm sorry, the Federal works well. Um, Believe it or not, the cheap Aguilera stuff that's made in Italy, that stuff is like stupid cheap. And I have never had a misfire from that either. Uh, the Focaccia, or however you pronounce that, is also cheap. Um, CCI is definitely the best, but I got to tell you, there's some cheap ammo out there like that Aguilera. Um, I've never had a problem with it whatsoever, but that Remington Thunderbolt, um, I've had nothing but issues with that. Hey, Ozzy, um, I was just saying earlier, I see that the mayor now of Chicago is now getting involved in uh, the firearms and accessories that the police are allowed to buy, and he will be taking Glock off the list. Yeah, I agree, Pezzo. I mean, you can't go wrong with CCI. That's for sure. I'm just saying that there is some, you have to be careful, but there is some cheaper ammo out there that works flawlessly. Um, and, every gun is different. I mean, I have some guns that'll eat everything and some guns that are very picky, especially um, when it comes to 22 long rifle. Um, I also noticed that you'll have more problems with pistols shooting 22 long rifle than you will with rifles. Um, but I just can't wait to get it. Unfortunately, because of work and they close early, I won't be able to pick it up until Saturday, but I will be getting it Saturday. Maybe what I'll do is before I do the review, because I won't get to the range this weekend, maybe I'll take a picture of the stock and I'll just post a message on the channel uh, showing the engraving. It's absolutely beautiful. So let me ask you something, Pezzo. Um, on that engraving, is that something that like you put wax or linseed oil on? I mean, I'm afraid of messing it up, but it would be nice to have something to make it stand out, whether it's some kind of wax or oil. Um, at the same time, I don't want to damage it. They probably put some kind of clear coat on it, I would imagine. Um, but I won't know till I pick it up. But I will definitely have it Saturday. I'm very happy to have that. Probably not going to shoot it a lot. It'll probably just sit in my gun safe as a collectible uh, more than not. Maybe when I go to the range and I do rifle days and I bring the Henry, I'll take the Ruger out. But, with that engraving and stuff, I don't want to get the stock all scratched up on it. You, the mayor of Chicago is just a jackass. Um, Again, so you're going to attack Glock, who has been providing law enforcement with guns for 30 years. They're proven, they're reliable, and now you're going to take them away and tell them what they can use to defend themselves. Obviously, um, you would think that the mayor of Chicago probably has a buddy somewhere in the manufacturing business. I mean, you would think you would want law enforcement to have the most reliable firearms they can get, right? But that's Chicago and Illinois for you, between the dumbass mayor and Fred Flintstone as the governor. Um, that place is in shambles. But it also looks like the Supreme Court may hear the state of Illinois' ban on AR-15s. So, um, yeah, that is Dumb and Dumber, Rousey. I got to tell you. By the way, Ozzy, I just used that holster that you gave me Sunday. I was carrying my Kimber, um, and I used it for that. Nice, Pezzo. Yeah, that Savage is nice too. Um, I always wanted to get a Savage Axis. Um, I'm not really, you've heard my videos, you heard my rants on the streams. I'm not really a long gun fan, but I do have a lot of freaking pistols, so that's why I bought the Ruger. I think maybe I will start buying some more long guns. Um, they're fun to plink too. But you know what, Duke? CZ makes an awesome quality gun. I got to tell you. Um, they make shotguns now, rifles. I didn't even know that. Um, but like I said, I mean, they own Colt and Dan Wesson, and everybody knows Dan Wesson's reputation. Um, don't know whether it's because of the price or not, but when I go into the gun store, um, I really don't see many Dan Wessons. Yes, Pezzo, I do have a few Walthers. I have the PPQ and I have oh, the QPF, something like that. Anyway, um, I've always been a big fan of Walther. They're very well made. However, if you take a Walther and you put it side by side next to a Kennick, it looks almost identical. It's almost like they had to have shared technology, or Walther would have sued them for uh, trademark infringement because on the Kennick, the slide lifts off just like it does on the Walther. Um, but yeah, I like the Walther a lot. I don't like the slide lifting off, um, but it is what it is. Um, but I also do like that on the Walther, they have very long slide controls, which I like. It's very comfortable, and they're very well engineered. So to answer your question there, Pezzo, they're great guns. I was actually thinking of getting a Walther in 45 ACP. It's because, like I said, I got a lot of 9 millimeters, and they're not even my favorite caliber. Um, since I started carrying 1911s again, all future pistols that I get will either be revolvers or 1911s. I just don't need to be buying more holsters and more magazines. It's such a pain in the ass now. And I go to the gun range and I leave magazines home for guns because God knows how many different magazines I have. They all look the same. They're all black. They all say 9 millimeter. Um, And that's what's great about the 1911s. Um, I could take any of my 1911s and use the same mags for all of them. Um, and on my Colt Delta Elite, I have 10 round 1911 mags, and I use a paint stick, uh, and I put 10 millimeter on them so they don't get mistaken. Oh, nice, Pezzo. Yeah, Walters to me is just Walters has always been like iconic. Um, you know, back in the old days, you know, when you said Walther, everybody was like, "Ooh." Um, they don't seem to be as popular nowadays because there's just so many different makes and models hitting the market. I mean, they just keep cranking them out because they need people to buy more guns, right? So, and that's another reason why I went back to the 1911. It's disappointing every time I go to a gun store. All the new guns that are coming out are all polymer frame striker fired. I'm not really a fan of striker fired guns, even though I do have some. Um, but that's it. They're all 9mm polymer frame striker fire guns. Um, that's the one, Pezzo. It's the PDPF. Um, I bought that because it's interesting. Walther should have just marketed the PDP and called the F for fighting, but they put the F in there for female, and they had to frig it all up by gendering it. That is not a gun that's just for girls. That it's an awesome gun. It's a good gun for people with smaller hands, and there's men with smaller hands too. Um, but I like it because it's the trigger is not as far out. The trigger guard is shorter, um, but I would not call it a girly gun. I think they really missed the boat with that because it's a really nice shooting gun. It's really well made. It's super comfortable, but by throwing in that PDP female, they kind of hosed themselves when they gendered it all up. I don't know why they had to do that. That's a great one to have there, AG. It's an awesome gun, I tell you. I like that a lot. I just really wish they didn't have the F in there and tout it as female because uh, it's not a girly gun. But I don't know. Maybe they were jumping on the bandwagon at the time. When all of this gender crap started. Um, that's what I'm saying, Pezzo. I just think the marketing department was like Budweiser, right? Exactly, AG. I'm not afraid to be in touch with my feminine side. And we got 10 minutes left, guys. So this seems to work a little bit better to get people involved when I ask a few questions. And we will do that. That's another good one, Pezzo. I have the Echelon. Absolutely love it. I still think that is the best 9mm polymer frame striker fire gun on the market for the money. That being said, the only mistake I made is because I'm impatient. When I bought my Echelon, I got the full size. And then 6 months later, they came out with the compact. But I like that they did what Sig Sauer did. It's modular. I pulled out the fire control group and I ordered a OD green grip module for like $39 directly from Springfield. Took all of about 5 minutes to install the fire control group. So it's modular. You can buy grip modules, slides, barrels. The sight configuration is like the Hellcat Pro. It comes with a tritium front night sight with a U-notch rear sight that gives you super quick target acquisition. And probably one of the better features there, Pezzo, besides the fact that it comes with 17 and 22 round magazines, is that they've engineered the pin configuration for the optics. And it's phenomenal. They give you a bag of these pins, right? And you look at the chart, and you only need 2 of them. And that was designed to accommodate 30 different optics configurations without having to use a adapter plate. That was just ingenious. I mean, if you want to go from an RMSC to a Doctor to a Venom, all you do is just move the pins. It's fantastic. So if you've had a hankering for an Echelon, highly recommend it. And honestly, I don't regret getting the full size. It shoots really well. I like it a lot. Yeah, the Hellcat is awesome. I got the Hellcat Pro, and I like that they have the tritium front night sight with the rear U-notch sight. When I bought my Hellcat Pro, I got the gear up package with the 5 magazines and the range bag, and they were 15 round magazines. But now the Hellcat Pro comes with 17 round mags. Again, I see we have a bunch of new people on the stream. Again, we do this every Wednesday evening, 8 o'clock, and every Saturday at 12 noon. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. We wouldn't be where we were without support from you guys. We have 82 and change subscribers now. My goal is by the end of the year to reach 10,000. That will, in YouTube's eyes, put us into a different category. So thank you all so much. We've grown exponentially in the past year. We've tripled our size, matter of fact. And that's all because of you guys. Also, I want to thank our moderators, because if it wasn't for the moderators, we would not be able to do this stream. We have a lot of liberals that crawl out of mommy and daddy's basements, and moderators help me kick them back down into the basement. So thank you all as well. And Mike, one of these days, maybe now I'm on the rifle kick, and I bought the Ruger 1022. Maybe next will be the Smith & Wesson FPC in 10 millimeter. I bought it in 9 because 10 millimeter wasn't out yet, and I do like it. It's really cool, but you know my story with 10 millimeter. I got to have it. So maybe that'll be my Christmas present this year. Yep, I agree with you, Pezzo. That's probably one of the best features that I like about that Springfield is that the U-shaped rear notch. It felt a little goofy at first, but now, I mean, you just point that thing out and it's like dead nuts every time. It did feel weird for maybe the first month or so, um, but I like it a lot. I wish everybody would do that. But anyway, I want to thank everybody here for their support and everyone who has subscribed and watches our videos. Again, you really want to help us succeed, you could think about becoming a member. Um, Members do get certain perks, and members get the videos for a week or two before they go public. And it also helps us purchase more firearms and accessories to review for you guys, because I do buy them out of my own money. So um, my YouTube monetization uh, comes from how many videos are watched. And you're welcome there, Pezzo. My pleasure. Um, I love doing this thing with you guys. I love firearms, and I could talk about firearms all day long. I mean, um, I'm glad you appreciate the channel, and we appreciate having you there, brother. And thanks, Ozzy. And I'm really blessed that um, I get to do something I love twice a week, and I feel like I have a relationship and know every one of you guys, and I'm really blessed I get to do that, and have all of my friends here with me. Um, it doesn't get any better than that. So thank you all for that. All right, guys, it's the 2 minute warning now. We got 2 minutes, and then we'll wrap it up until Saturday. Saturday, I probably will just get back from the gun store with my new Ruger um, in time for the stream. So, oh, one thing, Pezzo, so Ruger also makes now a 25 round magazine for the 1022. Um, I'm curious, but I'm not sure how that's going to work. I get the small 10 round ones, they're rotary, right? Um, the 25 round magazine is kind of large. It's about this long. And I'm not so sure about the reliability of it, but of course I'm going to have to get one and try it, right? Um, so we'll see. All right, guys, it is 9 o'clock. Thank you all so much. Again, I appreciate every one of you guys, and you really want to help us, just watch as many of our videos as you can, share our videos, comment on them. The more you comment on our videos and the more you watch them, the more our videos get pushed out through YouTube, and more people watch them, the more revenue we generate, and that allows us to purchase more firearms and accessories to review for you guys. So we are trying to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Maybe a little aggressive, but I think we'll be close. And every one of you guys had a part of it. So thank you all again. Have a blessed evening. We'll catch you next time.